This word creativity is everywhere here in Young India. I mean, I get a resume, I'm creative. I'm at a lecture interacting and engaging with students, and everyone is saying, sir, I'm so creative. But at every step of your upbringing here in India, you are stopped and hindered from being creative. In school, you need to get grades and stay focused and get to tuitions in order to pass some exams to get to college. And then in college, you better focus on your grades and exams so that you can get to graduate college and then get into a job. But when you get into a job, we've all read the same textbooks and information. So even when there's an opportunity to brainstorm at a great corporate and you have the opportunity to share an idea, everyone is saying the exact same thing. And I think culture, framework, and knowledge in order to become creative is missing here in India. And I'm here to change that. Now, when I think of creative, I essentially think of connecting things in a different way. And in order to do that and be creative, each person is unique. See, there's no scale for that. Someone is more creative than someone else, but there's no way to potentially determine that. For instance, Samir likes to read about history and uses history to be creative and think about things differently. Whereas my friend and colleague Tina Chawla focuses on dancing, and that's her outlet for being creative and allows her to come back with new and improved ideas. Let me illustrate through an example about the challenge that you may be facing here as a young, bright Indian. If we are to ask someone, and we've done this for effect, we ask someone in their mid-20s, hey, draw a rose on a piece of paper. They will always draw a red rose. But if we give a small child a piece of paper and ask them to draw a rose, it may be red, it may be yellow, it may be orange, it may even be a petal of each color. So if children are more creative than young adults or adults, we have something there that we need to harness and cultivate and invest in. And each person has that responsibility on themselves. For me, that's oftentimes running and spending time with myself while I'm out there in silence. In fact, Stanford research shows that 60% more creativity can be realized from those who go walking, and that was a habit of the late Steve Jobs of Apple. For you, that could be listening to music. It could be studying a different subject. It may be trekking to the hills with your friends, but I advise you getting away from technology and taking a break. See, by checking what everyone else is doing online, you're not checking in with yourself and truly following your heart on areas that are going to make you happy and ultimately allow you, as we said earlier, to connect different subjects and truly provide maybe insight that can be the next great idea. And you yourself have to do that. Nobody's gonna do it for you. Parents are gonna tell you their other priorities. Friends are gonna want you to go out and have a good time. Your schools are gonna tell you you need to get good grades, which may also be important. And you're gonna have responsibilities at your first job. So it's up to you to invest in yourself and carve out that time. And even if it's just 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes a day, that can change everything. And that's why at Blue Ocean Global Technology, we value newer people right out of college. We value their opinion as much as senior folks because they still have more creativity in them, and they might be seeing a blind spot or an area of improvement that people have been there longer. And so I just encourage you to follow your heart, write it, put it on paper, and make sure that you are doing everything you can to never lose that creativity, and that's how we will solve the world's biggest problems together.